Well, a new timeline of information revealed today in the Alec Murdaugh double murder trial, describing Murdaugh's pill problem, money laundering, and family phone records. The prosecution wrapping up its final day presenting their case. Over the past 4 weeks, they've laid out detailed evidence and data to the jury, piecing together a timeline of the night Maggie and Paul Murdaugh were killed. In response, the defense asking to dismiss the case. So for more perspective, we bring in Jesse Weber, attorney and host of the Law and Crime Network, joining us. Jesse, thanks for your time. Some pretty significant new information and evidence today. There was that voicemail from Paul about a month before the murders to his dad, Alex. Says in part, quote, "Mom found several bags of pills in your computer bag." And then there's Maggie's computer searches for types of pills. No one has seen this before. Were you surprised, Jesse?
I was, because the prosecution hasn't been so keen to share what this case was going to look like or what evidence they were going to present. Now, this isn't good, right? So what does this do? This adds another layer for the jury to consider, that the people closest to Alec Murdaugh, the victims in this case, were discovering what was about him. They were trying to, pressure him about the drugs. And remember, if the jury is looking for a motive here, which I think is the biggest hurdle for the prosecution, it's how on earth can a man just brutally kill his wife and son? Well, now you're having two other people in his life discovering this drug problem. You're having the financial issues. It's creating impending pressure. And it all culminated with him killing them. That's the theory put forward by the prosecution. I will say, I don't know if this is going to change the case, because the other way of looking at it is, we already knew that Maggie and Paul knew about his drug problems. And this voicemail was left about a month before the killing. So how recent is it to the killings? I say it's another layer for the jury to consider, but it might not be the end-all be-all of the case.
And there are so many layers, and there's just so many elements in this case. Jesse, there's also this new data from Alex's SUV, and the state is quick to point out the speeds he was driving the night of the murders. Tell us why that matters.
See, that's huge. That is huge. So we just got this evidence. Brand new. GM came forward. They said, we just discovered it. They gave it to the prosecution. Defense had a time to look at it. Why on earth, out of all times of the day, is Alec Murdaugh speeding as fast as possible in that car? He is going as high as 80 miles per hour on the worst time, the time frame when they think he just murdered his family. And so if he's driving very fast on pothole-filled roads at the middle of the night while making phone calls and sending text messages, is he doing it because he's a fast driver and he's reckless? Or is he doing it because he's trying to establish an alibi and a timeline? And we can't forget one of the big pieces of evidence here, that his car went past the location where Maggie's phone was thrown on the road. And right after that, he speeds up. I don't know about you. This is a circumstantial evidence case. That is really suspicious. And I can't say I'm surprised that the prosecution decided to hold this off for the last part of their case, because the jury's going to remember that.
Oh, yeah, that's a big bombshell, Jesse. So the prosecution wrapping up, what's one of the biggest things the defense is going to have to tackle or try to change minds about?
I'll give you three really quickly. One, I think they have to destroy the prosecution's timeline, and they have to say that these killings didn't happen when the prosecution said. They started doing that a little bit today. Number two, they can either accept the prosecution's timeline and say, it is impossible that he would have been able to kill both victims, throw the weapons away, change his clothes, get in his car, dump the phone, go to his mom's house, and come back. It just doesn't work. And three, and I think this is the most significant, I mentioned before, I'll mention it again, I imagine they are going to call witnesses that know Alec Murdaugh very well and say he loved his family. He might have been a cheater, he might have been stealing money, he might have been a liar, but one thing he was a family man who loved his family and never gave any indication he would want to harm them. That is where they need to go, and that could at least convince one juror of reasonable doubt. And then we have a hung jury, which is something I've said, don't be surprised if we see in this kind of case.
Jesse, really quick before we let you go, at the top of this, we said the defense is asking that this case be dismissed. What are the odds of that?
They tried. It's not going to happen.
Right.
I mean, they tried. They moved for it. It's impossible. There's just too much evidence there.
There we go. All right, Jesse Weber, we thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.